whatever's happening in this cocoon probably isn't what is supposed to be happening. There's no coming back from this, right? The caterpillar is, as you would see it, of course, if you do crack it open, it would be dead, but the caterpillar is dead. Like, you would have all logical rights to lose hope in such a situation. However, this is the life cycle of the caterpillar, isn't it? This is exactly how the Creator designed it to transform from one degree of glory to the next. It's not to slowly get better over time and morph wings and antennas and whatever else, but to go from something that was good to something that was completely broken, to something that was greater. This is God's plan. It's happened millions of times. It will happen millions of times more. And it's exactly how God created it to function. When it looks like the caterpillar is falling apart, God is putting it back together again. You know, I think the butterfly has a lot to teach us about our Creator and how he operates. Because let's be candid, when we take a glance around the world, I think most of us would conclude caterpillar soup is a pretty good adjective, if that's an adjective. Pretty good word picture to describe kind of, especially in a news media-infused world, what's going on, especially depending on who you listen to, right? On an international scale, on a national scale, so your state, your community, something's going on at work, something's going on in the midst of your family, in our own hearts, in our own lives, we oftentimes look around us and we go, man, how do you get back from this, right? And we kind of pray, we have this vision when we're young and we go through life, we think life is kind of going to be this ladder of a tree that you're kind of climbing up, and life never seems to work out that way, does it? We run into these times and these places in our life where we're like, man, that caterpillar is dead. There's no coming back. The world that I'm a part of is so broken. How could it ever come out on the other side? But what if God has revealed to us this beautiful truth in a butterfly? That the way that God works, though it's not the way that we would plan, but the way that God would work is that while things appear to be falling apart, it's actually one of the ways in which God puts things back together again. So 10 years ago, we were in a series on Acts, and we were in chapter 13. And so if you could turn to Acts chapter 13, I'll give you a little bit of a background. We actually read from Acts chapter 13 about 45 minutes ago here when we anointed Daniel and Ella, because a little bit of the background, Jesus has ascended, the church has planted, and it's spreading out throughout the Roman world. And there is a man by the name of Saul of Tarsus whose mission it is to destroy this movement of the church, and he's going out and going from city to city to try to arrest the progress of the Christian faith. And as he's going to a place called Damascus, Jesus meets him